All right, so we should be live right now, but before we kind of get things underway, is there anything that you want to plug or anybody you want to shout out?
I want to shout out my family in Australia. I miss them. Can't wait to see them again.
And what? So is your whole family like in Australia? And you're here alone? No, no, right?
Well, I have my dad is from here, so I have his side of the family's here, but majority of my mom's side of the family is in Australia.
Okay. So I mean, before we kind of get maybe into a little more like move into America kind of thing, I told you we're starting it off with the accent. I know you get asked those questions a lot, like when you so I'm basically gonna ask you the same question I asked you in person. Like when you came here, your accent was completely different from what it is now.
Oh yeah, for sure, it was different. It was like I could like it just I don't know. It felt weird to me every time I would talk to like someone with an American accent. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize I sounded like that.
Yeah, yeah. It must be crazy for sure. Like, did you kind of realize your voice like when you grow, like at least for me, like I never realized I was going through a growth spurt or everything. Like, was it the same thing for your voice? Like, did you ever realize? I guess it is. Like, I never realized my voice changed, and it obviously did. Like, is that how it happened for you? Like, your accent changed, and you never even realized.
Yeah, for sure. Like I just like it's like going on for years. Just got used to it. It's like God. I mean, really. I mean, the other reason why I kind of changed it because a lot of people used to like ask me to talk in it. So I was
Yeah.
like, I can't do this no more. I'm trying to
So
blend in.
yeah. So you like tried to make sure you didn't have an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know like at least in those like TV shows like the girls love the guy with the Australian accent, so that
Oh
you
yeah.
want to keep it. Yeah, and another thing too, like when we were like DMing each other, like you would always say like I'm assuming you meant like yeah or like yes, but you would say it YEH. Is that like an Australian kind of thing or is that just like whatever?
This is whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like I'm telling you right now, like no one says like the way it's it would be like yeah, like no one says that. So I don't know if it was like kind of an Australian slang word or something that you just do.
Yeah. It's just something I do. You know.
Yeah. Would you say like are there any words that you maybe still kind of use in your language today that you kind of took from Australia to here?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, let's see. With I'm probably gonna sound stupid right now, but I mean, for like candy, we call that lollies, like lollies.
Okay.
And then with cotton candy, we call that fairy floss.
Wait. What do you call cotton candy?
We call that fairy floss.
Wait. Let me talk about. Wait, say it again.
Fairy floss.
Berry floss.
Yeah, fairy floss.
Oh, fairy. So like floss and then fairy.
Yeah, yeah.
That is very interesting. Yeah. The reason why like I find it's kind of cool, my language arts class is actually kind of like tailored to like we learn about like the English language. Like one of the sections of our thing is like how English has kind of became a global language. I've been
Yeah.
reading this boring nonfiction book about how English is like a global language. So I'm learning like I think it says in the book there's like a difference between Australian English and American English. So I kind of like literally everything you're saying and talking to me, like I literally, I'm learning like all about this. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know a lot of terms. Like my brain right now is going like crazy. I'm like all this stuff is kind of all coming together. But
Yeah, that was the same as me when I came here. Like how like people said things like, "Wait, that's what you call that?" Like what?
yeah, so if I said cotton, so I was in Australia and I was like, oh this cotton candy is fire. Like I'd sound like stupid.
Yeah, they'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. Do you call French fries or chips?
No, we call them hot chips
Oh,
over here.
hot chips. Oh, I mean, that is just yeah. I've never heard. I've heard chips, but not hot chips. Yeah, that's pretty. I'm trying to think. What about like if I was getting a soda or like a Coke or something? What do you call that?
Oh, we call that a fizzy drink.
A fizzy drink, man. But I know like every like controversial word. I'm trying to think of another one, man. If I think of another one during the interview, I'm definitely gonna. Have you seen those videos of like even in America too, where it's like it'll be like what is the bubbly brown drink called? And someone's like, oh, it's a pop. Oh no, like, have you seen those videos?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah. Well, those are definitely interesting. I would love to get, man, if you could get you featured in one, that's like another million views that video would get.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then I guess continuing on, I guess kind of about that topic. So just what was it like, moving just from a completely different country? Like I'm sure the flight was probably super long too.
Yeah, so it's like a 14-hour flight,
That's crazy.
and including I have to come to Atlanta, another 4 hours.
Yeah. So like I mean just what it's a difference from just traveling from America to Australia or vice versa, like on a week vacation. But when you're really coming here to live and everything, just how different is that, and how do you adjust to such like a big move?
It's just like I guess the culture and the climate is just all different. Like I was just like, wow, like I never thought America would be like this. Like I really thought like how like in the movies, like the Disney Channel movie, I thought it was gonna be like that. But like when I first like when the school came here, I was surprised. I was like,
Yeah.
this is not like the movies or TV shows that I watched when I was younger.
Yeah. You thought like America was gonna be like how like the Disney TV show stuff is?
Yeah, like kind of like a High School Musical type.
Yeah. I think like I mean, it's obviously like really different, but in terms of like the way like High School Musical, it was filmed in an actual high school. Like they didn't build any new high school or anything. So it's not, in my opinion, I think at least from the way it looks kind of well. Also, the time period was a little different in terms of what kids would wear.
Oh
But
yeah.
nah, I think it's kind of similar.
Oh yeah. Also, the what people wear is just completely different. Is I was like, what are these guys wearing? Like, I pull up with like some Australian drip. I'd be like, I feel like so like, oh shoot, what am I doing? Like, I don't feel like I should be wearing this.
Yeah. So what kind of clothes like is considered like Australian drip that wouldn't be cool here?
One thing we do, we wear out a lot. Like we wear slides with no socks. We wear that a lot. Like I'll wear that to a game. Anyone, people just wear that to a game.
Yeah.
We like we like go out to like let's say I guess like a bowling alley or something. Like you wear like shorts. You want to wear jeans or something like that. You come in shorts, short shirt. You know.
I mean I don't think it would matter like shorts or jeans to a bowling alley. I don't think it would be that big of a
Yeah,
deal.
it's like kind of like example like what would like our everyday wear. Like we wouldn't like really. I mean, unless we're going out to like like you're going out to a club. Like that's when you're gonna wear
Yeah.
just
Yeah. It seems like, I mean, you're wearing like the way, like if you never told me, if I never knew you were from Australia, just by looking at you, I would like, oh, all right, yeah, I definitely would think he's from America, because it seems, I don't know, I would think like, is this the culture and the way, like if you showed me a high school in Australia and a high school in America, like I guess both from the same social class area, like you show me like a middle class public high school and a middle class public high school in America, do they really look completely different in terms of like what the students are wearing, and how they look and everything?
oh yeah, like oh yeah. One thing I forgot. We wear uniform to first like school. Like you can't wear anything. You gotta wear uniform. Like we have winter and then summer uniforms, so it's depressing.
Yeah. Oh, so do you go to school like during the like winter and during the summer?
Well, yeah. Well, the winter was like when was it? Like oh yeah, well, in summer it's December, so that's when
Oh
our big break is. So in December, that's when our summer is.
man, that is really it. So is that at all weird for you too? Like you're coming. So when you literally moved here, did you get a very short break, or did you get a very long summer break? Because I'm assuming.
Oh, I got a very long summer break because
Not,
the summer
not,
break, yeah, because summer break over there is short. It's like a month. It's short.
yeah,
So
but that's kind of why like people say like America's kind of, well, I mean obviously we're a very very great country, but people say like, oh, people in America are stupid, but I'm pretty sure the best school system is like in Poland or something like that, because I think they have like no homework or something, like it's
oh,
either like Poland
I
or
love
it's
that.
either like Poland or Switzerland, like one of those places. Because I interviewed a guy who he literally just moved to America. I probably interviewed him like 2 weeks after he moved, and he was kind of saying like how in I think he's from Switzerland actually. He said how the school there like it's not a lot of homework. Like they focus more on you learning and making it be actually applicable to real life than just a bunch of standardized tests and everything like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. Like, you're a freshman, so you feel like you got a long way to go, but like for me, like I'm a junior, like I literally can't it really goes by really fast. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah, this freshman season just went by like that. It's crazy.
yeah. But I think the other thing too, like with Corona and everything, that was a crazy long summer break.
Oh
Like
yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't
that
end
was
school early.
fun.
Like we didn't end school early by any means. I think they gave us like an extra week of school, but like you can't even call it school like while we were doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was definitely the best for sure. Was that at all like what year did you literally move to America?
I think it was. It might have been summer, or no, it might have been winter of 2018 or winter of 2019. So it's 2020. I think it might have been winter of 2019 to
Okay.
like January, February.
Yeah. So when you say like what do you mean winter as in our summer or do you mean
No,
like
your winter.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you're like, kind of new, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So was I guess with like Corona and everything happening for you, was that all kind of difficult for you to really get adjusted just since all of a sudden the whole country gets shut down like while you're still kind of new to the country?
Well, actually, during Corona, that summer break, I actually went back to Australia for a good few months. So everything, yeah, it was locked down. It was, I mean, it's hard to find a gym, hard to go work out, it's hard to do stuff. It was crazy period.
Yeah. And I guess like when you were back in Australia and everything, are you kind of like considered, I guess maybe a hometown hero kind of thing, like amongst wherever you live or anything like that?
Yeah, something like that. No.
Yeah, like if you and I went to Australia, like would everyone be like asking you for pictures and like dapping you up and everything if we were like wherever you live?
I won't say pictures, but like everyone be dapping me up, like, "Oh shoot, that's the kid who moved to America,
Yeah,
basketball."
yeah, that must be like such a cool feeling, and I guess to make this seem a little more of a serious interview, like just how does it feel and what's it like? Kind of you said someone would be like, oh, you're the kid that moved to America, like you're really representing a lot more than just yourself over here. What's that like?
I mean, I, I love the feeling. It's just like I feel like I have to go, not carry the country, but like it's gonna show like Australians can do just as much as like Americans. Like we can go and make it out here. We're not soft. We can be tough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like all due respect to however far you go in the basketball world, but like I think there's at least like a handful of NBA players, and at least I know DJ Vasiljevic or whatever. He was on the Hurricanes. He's from Australia. Like you guys are definitely well represented in the NBA for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you a big fan of like any like Australian basketball players that play in the NBA or anything?
I'm definitely a big fan of Ben Simmons, sorry, Josh Green, uh, Jonah Bolden. He was used to play in the NBA for a little bit. Australian player from where I'm from.
Yeah, did he play at Tennessee or no?
Who?
The guy you said that was from where you
Oh, yeah, he played at UCLA, and then
oh, okay.
he was in like I think he was in the same draft as Ben Simmons.
Yeah. I might. I actually. Have you ever spoken to like any of those players before? Like,
I have spoken to Jonah before.
yeah, I've actually spoken to Josh Green before. In a very awkward conversation on Snapchat. I want to see if I have it saved. This is before I did interviews or anything. I just somehow found his Snapchat and added him, and he responded, and it was like crazy conversation. I don't know if I have it anymore. I'm a little upset, but it was. I think I asked him like, I said, "Is this Josh Green?" He says yes, and I was like, "Wow, that's so cool!" Like, so you're committed to Arizona? And he said, "Yeah," because I was just wanting to make sure it was Josh Green. And then after like I figured out it's actually Josh Green, like I lost my chance.
Uh,
Yeah, but I wasn't doing like I didn't even have Instagram at the time. Like this was like, you know, last year, like the year before I even started with anything. So I
oh,
wasn't trying to get anything. I was, a fan. I was like, this is crazy.
okay.
Yeah, I really couldn't I couldn't believe it at all that I was talking to him. But I guess it's something that's pretty big deal. I was able to meet you in person, luckily at the Night Riders Invitational and everything. What's it like being a part of the Night Riders family?
I mean, it's great. Like the Night Riders, Kino, they're very welcoming, especially all the players on my team, 15U team. Shout out to them. Yeah, they really made me feel welcome. Can't wait to can't wait for the rest of the summer.
Have there been any players on that team that you've kind of been able to build a really quick and close relationship with? They can even be one of the older guys too, if you know any of them as well.
Um, well, I say really all of them, but I mean, probably the person really introduced me to everyone was Kai. So
Yeah, I remember I met him. I actually have a video of him and I at the when it was at the Night Riders mini camp. This is before he was like big. Like I'm sure he was gonna be big time and he knew it, but this is before he had all the offers and everything, obviously. And I had him. He threw me. No, sorry, I threw him an alley oop off the backboard. It was a pretty cool. I was so like they were all dunking. I was like so surprised. So I threw him an alley oop off the backboard. It was crazy.
yeah, bounce is crazy.
Yeah, and he definitely has some crazy balance. Man, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, I don't think I have the video on my phone. I think someone sent it to me. But yeah, it was just everything. Like I was just so that was when I realized like you have to be so good to even get like a Division 1 offer. Like like of course you have to work hard, and I'm sure you work hard, but you also got everyone there is just like built different.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then I'm curious for you, like you are in the class of 2024, so you're like the youngest one, I guess, out of all the Night Riders teams. Like, are there any maybe some players from the 17U team that you maybe kind of look up to, or do you kind of like watch that team a lot and
I mean,
maybe
yeah, I definitely do watch that team a lot. I mean, I haven't really talked to them much. It's only been like 2 tournaments, but yeah, I definitely like look up to those guys. Be like, yeah, I want to like that. I want that to be me one day.
yeah, and something that they did that I guess oh wow, that's crazy. Yo, I just saw. I guess Udonis Haslam. Actually, we could definitely talk about this because I know you have a picture with Dwight Howard. I guess
Oh
him and
yeah,
Dwight they got in a little fight. And he got ejected from his game. Udonis Haslam.
oh man,
Yeah. That's definitely he might have
that's
also.
great. I have to watch that after this.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to watch that for sure. But I guess we'll talk about that Dwight Howard thing in a little bit. But something that Night Riders 17U team did, even though I think only like two of them, no, sorry, three of them, I think were like, from that team, that won Peach Jam. They won Peach Jam their 15U season. So just how much are you guys going to try to, kind of defend the Night Riders 15U Peach Jam title?
I mean, we're gonna go our hardest, especially this next tournament coming up in Tennessee. Coach Mike is gonna push us to make sure we develop and try to do what they did a few years back.
Yeah. And like, how is that kind of like, because I know at the Night Riders thing, I guess you could say you guys might have been at times like a little frustrated. Like, I know you guys lost to Drive Nation and everything. That was probably a little tough. Like, I mean, how you guys are going to really make sure, you could get it together and gel as a team? Because the one thing is, you guys probably don't, because everyone's from all over, the Southeast and I guess even from you now, like all over the world on this team. So it's difficult for you guys to practice. So I mean, how are you guys going to really make sure you can get it together without ever practicing?
We're just all gonna make sure that we bond. We all just talk like say our opinion. Don't keep anything. Like make sure like say what that wants to be said. Just yeah, just really bond really.
Yeah. So do you guys like have you literally never practiced with them, or like do you guys maybe practice like go to a gym like the day before a game or something like that?
Yeah,
Fine.
that's what we would do. Yeah, just go to a gym. We only actually that was my first tournament. We only did that one time. Like since then, we haven't practiced.
Yeah. That must is that like is it at all difficult? Like playing without like I know all you guys are good players, but is it just all weird like just playing games and never practicing?
Yeah, because especially in Australia, you're not used to this. Because like in Australia, we kind of have some like AAU, but like it's really not like we'll play like one or two games each week, but at least like we'll have like three practices a week, so it's definitely very different.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And oh yeah, all right, all right. I remember I like lost my question, but now I remember. So Coach Mike is actually the head coach of my school's rival. So I
Oh,
guess I know him. I know him slightly well. Yeah, yeah, we know each other and everything. So it's not like it's a pretty respectful rivalry, at least between the teams. Like the students hate each other, but but, like my team, like we all work out together. Like I don't play, but my team literally works out with our rival team. Like everyone's basically friends, so it's not like that big of a deal with us. But I know Coach Mike pretty well. He's well respected in the South Florida area, where I am. But what's he like as a coach?
I mean, definitely a young coach. He's definitely a good coach. Like he's giving me very good advice, especially when I come out of the game. Tell me what I have to improve in, stuff like that. But yeah, Coach Mike, good guy, good coach. Love being coached by him.
Yeah, for sure. And just an off topic question. I know he won't be playing you, but is Bronny going to play in Tennessee, or is he not coming?
I heard that he was injured.
Yeah, I mean, because I know the on the radar people made the thing like players to look
Yeah,
out
yeah,
for.
I saw that.
He was on it, so
Yeah, because I remember seeing a video a few days ago of him being injured, but guess we'll
yeah.
see.
I mean, if he comes, that would definitely be very cool, especially because I don't know if you saw, but when Knight Riders played Strive for Greatness, I think at Peach Jam
Oh
when they
yeah, I
were,
saw that. Yeah.
yeah, that was probably one of the like that's like I think an unforgettable game that any high school basketball fan will probably remember seeing
Oh
those
yeah.
highlights. Yeah, when you were like living in Australia, like were you watching like Baller's Life and like all like the high school basketball stuff here in America when you were over there?
Not really. Like I only really found out about it like a few weeks before I was gonna move here. So I never really knew about all these players. And like sometimes people would be like, "Oh, you know who that is?" I'm like, "No, I really don't know."
Yeah,
But
yeah, is that's kind of like a tough thing for me because even though I watch the stuff a lot for the most part, there's a lot of times like I was almost scared to talk to you because I thought you could have been someone else that was on the Knight Riders team, and I didn't want to call you the wrong name. Like there's so many players, so like for me, like I always get so like discouraged when I find out like oh shoot, like this guy was at this game and I had no idea. Like I was just so clueless. Like has there ever been any player that you didn't know was maybe like you were like guarding him or something, you had no idea who he was, and all of a sudden after the game you're like, wow, like I just guarded this guy.
oh yeah, it was Brandon Boston.
Oh,
I remember guarding him. I was like, "Who is this dude? Like this is lanky, 6'7" dude." And he's just like killing us. I'm like, bro, who is? I even have to ask who is that? And he'd be like, "Oh, that's Brandon Boston. You don't know who that is?" I was like, "Oh no."
yeah, but wait, when was that?
It was. I think it was. It was. I think seventh grade summer.
Oh, seventh grade. I'm trying to think. So let's see. So when you were in seventh grade, so I'm 2 years older than you. So that means that when you were in seventh grade, I was in ninth grade. Brandon Boston would have been a junior. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's that because I know, yeah, he was in like Atlanta for I forgot he was at Norcross. I think he was at the same school that Jakai was at. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that is crazy. You regarding him and had just no idea. That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess you said like would you say if you didn't know who he was, I think you maybe would have played a little bit worse because he could have been like a little intimidated and everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely would have been like intimidated way more. Like I wouldn't be scared to guard him, but I'd be like, oh,
Like
shoot, like,
you'd probably be thinking like a lot more stuff in your brain instead of just like, I'm just guarding this guy.
yeah. I really wasn't thinking about it because I just didn't know who it is. But if I did know who that is, I'd definitely be thinking about it, like overthinking a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And something else that I'm sure is definitely not like this in Australia is the media. Um, when you were playing in games, like was that all something maybe even crazier too? Like you're just playing a high school game and all of a sudden you see all these cameras out there and everything.
Well, the funny thing about that is like there's not many like it's kind of starting up now, but like when I was there was really no media. Like they just broadcast it on like a little camera and then put it on like a website. So there was really no media. Like no one really got exposed out there
Yeah. Wait. When you say you're talking about like in Australia or here?
in Australia.
Oh no. But I'm saying like when you came here, was that all something like?
Oh, when I came here, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I was just like I like because Australia, like, I didn't know that like media was really like this, like cameras all around these players. Like it was like I remember the first time I played in front of cameras, I was definitely like very nervous.
Yeah, and it's funny you say because it's like when you say cameras, it's not like I mean I'm sure you may play on ESPN one day, but like it's probably like a page similar to mine, maybe like a page like 20,000 followers, where like that is that's a lot of people, but it's not there's way more than 20,000 people in the world, so it's like it's really not that big of a deal in a strong sense. So like, it's kind of cool like how you were like nervous to like as if like I was just there like this, and you're like man
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm so nervous. Like that's crazy.
But it's crazy. It's like the first time I really played against like in cameras like this season like I remember we played Scoot where he dropped 52 points. So
Well,
I played in that game. Said
Scoot,
what?
Scoot scored 52 points on you guys, and
Yeah,
he's one of my favorite players I've seen play in person for sure.
yeah. That was like
He's tough.
yeah, that was like the first time I seen him play. I was like, who is this dude? Like he's killing us right now. Like this dude is like he hasn't missed. And I was like, that's like really the first time I really played in front of cameras. I'm like, oh shoot.
Yeah. So were you playing like up in that game?
You said what?
Like were you playing up? Were you playing with like kids that were older than you?
Oh yeah.
Or were all you guys like? Because I know like you were on the Team Dickerson 15U team, but were you guys 15U team playing his team, or were you playing
Oh
with
no,
like?
it was high school season with
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I played with we played with Osborne.
Yeah. I mean, he's. I saw him play at you know Hoops Giving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him
Against
play.
Mikey?
Yeah. I was at that game. Here, look, I gotta show you. I actually saw this today. He like reposted this thing. You could see me. Look at this. You know that donkey hat like at the end of the game.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
see
here,
you right
look.
there.
Yeah. Look, it's me. Oh shoot, let me shoot. Me, Greenlight Media, and Sharif Cooper.
Oh dang, that's lit.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. I knew he was. I actually spoke to Sharif Cooper like the day before. I said, "Yo, can I interview you?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, like, I don't know why." Like, I tried talking to him, like having a normal conversation. It was crazy, but yeah, that game was insane. I
Oh yeah. I remember seeing the highlights for that game. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like when you're filming a game, like you really can't focus on it. Like I don't know how they came back. Like Scoot was in foul trouble. Like they're like
Yeah.
Mikey's team is really good. Like they're much better compared to just a public high school in Atlanta. Like their team's a lot of good players, but I don't know. I guess they just I think that Scoot's team, they just have like a lot of heart.
Oh
So
yeah, for sure. I remember, yeah, first time playing him was like, dang, like Kel is not playing.
yeah,
Like,
no. And I guess like they're like a really really close like I think the whole team like they're all best friends, like they all grew up together, so that also kind of helps too.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Were there any other like I noticed like Atlanta is like loaded with talent. Were there any players that you also played against this year too that are kind of good?
I did play Willie this year. I played against Caleb and Isaiah.
Wait,
Yeah, that was
Caleb. Wait, why do I not know who Caleb and Isaiah
Caleb
are?
Washington.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he still follows me, but that's my guy. And then and then I know Isaiah too. Yeah, they're pretty good. And they have this guy like Jaheim Hudson. He's nasty.
Yeah, yeah, we played them 2 times this season. That was a tough game. They blow us up by like 30 every time.
Bro, I just saw the Night Riders thing. I was looking at the story again. It says I guess they tweeted somebody check on Carlos. We all can go. Lost they mojo. Said,
That's crazy.
yeah, I think it might be I think it might be just friends, but yeah, I guess kind of continuing on in in the interview, what are your goals for next year's season? Kind of how you're really adjusted to not just, I guess, Atlanta basketball, but just everything about just the American high school basketball scene and culture and everything.
I guess my goals for this next season is just to definitely put my name on the map. Let people know who I am, and I'm not like I'm not playing like like definitely another goal is because right now I'm a very good I'm a good shooter, so another goal is just like to attack the basket, finish with contact.
Yeah, and you actually just reminded me about that. You're a 6'7" shooting guard, and it's
Yeah.
not like you're a senior. You're a freshman. Going to be a sophomore. Like, just how are you built that way?
I guess us all the training, like I guess in Australia I trained with my uncle. He definitely like prepared me for like what's gonna like how's gonna go down here. So he definitely prepared me for that.
Yeah, so it's more like your uncle kind of developed you because he said like in the NBA there's no more big man. Like you got to know how to shoot and everything, and I guess you just learn how to shoot extremely well, and now you're a shooting guard.
Yeah, that's the first thing he taught me before I came here. Just to like you can't be a big man no more. You have to learn how to put the ball on the floor, how to just you just need guard skills.
Yeah. So I mean I'm really hoping, especially since I've now interviewed you, like you blow up, and being a 6'7" shooting guard like that is definitely something special. Like I mean I feel like it's only a matter of time until you blow up and all of a sudden get like, I know the offers you have now are big time, but like when you blow up, like a player, like I know one person that like just blew up all of a sudden after a big game. He got an offer, at least one offer every single day. Like it started with like Memphis, and after Memphis, you got like Kansas and like Auburn, Tennessee. Like it just
Yeah.
went on and on and on. Like just how excited are you for that day? Because I mean, I feel like all it takes for you is like one really big game, and there you go.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I just really pray about it. Just I'm excited. Like I can't wait. It's really been a dream of mine since I was a young kid.
Yeah, and just overall, like how has the college recruitment process been for you?
I mean, I loved it. Like once you get that first offer, it's like I want more. Like I love this feeling. Like I want this to keep going.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess it's crazy because I'm sure eventually, like if you do blow up, you'll kind of like realize like, oh, this stuff is crazy. But it definitely must be a cool feeling for sure. What was it like, talking to your first college coach and everything?
I mean, it was definitely nerve wracking. I was like, just really thought to myself, like, man, this is really happening. Like, this has been a dream. Like me and my uncle, like me and my family's dream for a very long time. So it's amazing.
Yeah. And is it all just crazy to know like you really got a long road ahead? Like, I mean, I did say it goes by fast, but you got a lot more like conversation with college coaches probably ahead of you. So is that all like super crazy?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess you could say, on the final question of the interview, I just want to ask one more kind of good question to just recap it and everything. Once you finish playing basketball, what do you want your legacy to be like?
Really, just chill back, relax. Just enjoy life.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, anyways, man, really appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, man. It's an honor to be able to interview like guys like you and everything. Like I would never have expected to. I mean, even though I had no idea who you were till like probably like a month ago, like it's still like I would never expect to interview guys with an offer from Xavier and a 6'7" shooting guard. Like this stuff is just like how it's a dream to you. Like this stuff is just crazy for me. So so yeah. But before we get the interview, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram. His Instagram is at Klairus Amir. No periods, no dots, no underscores, no nothing. Just at Klairus Amir. And mine's iHoopsFL. Anyways, for 2024, a 6'7" shooting guard, Klairus Amir. I'm Isaac Fleischer, and this has been another iHoopsFL interview. Peace out, guys.